All right, good morning, traders. Today is July 18th, 2024. Thank you all for being here. My SPY pivot this morning is 558. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. All of the Fab 5 remain in daily uptrends. XLF, GLD, Diamond Dow made new all-time highs again. IWM made a new 2-year high again. SPY closed with a 2-hour downtrend, a 10-minute downtrend. SPY still in an uptrend, made a lower high and a lower low, closing under a bullish trap, but over the 17 EMA. FNGU, QQQ still in uptrends, made lower highs and lower lows, closing under the bearish traps under the 17 EMA. Gold and silver, both still in uptrends. Gold made a new all-time high, while silver made a lower high and a lower low, closing under a bearish cross under the 17 EMA. UNG, still in a downtrend, made a new all-time low. Okay, nothing else needs to be said there. USO, in a flaky downtrend, made a higher high and a higher low, closing over a bullish cross over the 17 EMA. So USO fighting off that flaky downtrend yesterday. US dollar index in a downtrend, closed near the 103.65 area. Like to see that bear flag down there consolidate underneath that pivot, consolidate underneath the 200 SMA. Let's go look at some charts. All right. SPY price action, got a little pullback here. We broke the all-time high anchored VWAP. We are underneath it. And we actually came down to this anchored VWAP right here, which is on the low just before the breakup candle right there. So we came down and we visited that area right in there, about 5. I don't know why it looks different on the daily chart than it does on the 10, but anyways, they did connect. I see a space in there. I keep having to zoom in. I think there's something wrong with my glasses when I see what it's not connecting. Anyways, there's the Diamond Dow, SPY on the daily chart hitting that anchored VWAP there. Okay, 2 hour. Still in an uptrend, okay, because we're over the 21, the 17 right here. All right, now on the 2 hour, okay, we're in a downtrend because why? We got price under the 3, price and the 3 under the 8, price and the 3 under the 17 EMA. Okay, so all in a downtrend right there. So there's a 10-minute. 10-minute, when we left off yesterday, we were in a 10-minute downtrend. And we came down and kind of bear flagged. I'm going to show you something early this morning. I want to just share it with you. See if I can remove this and bring it up. Okay. So here is SPY futures. Okay. And I'm going to just show you what I see. I'm not sure what's going to come of it, but I see currently a ascending tail pattern right through here. Right through there. All right. They would first, need to break over these highs. All right. Now, if they do, I see a visit back up to the backside of the all-time high anchored VWAP if they choose to do so. It's normal for price to come down and hit one anchored VWAP and then pop back up and hit another, the same anchored VWAP where it was at. So I see an ascending tail pattern forming right here. We'll see if they can hold it, see if there's a breakout. It may not happen till, I don't know, maybe 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. We'll see what happens. All right, so currently we're in a bear flag, but now with this new high, I'm starting to see an ascending tail pattern. We'll see. This could be just a bear flag and another move to the downside this way. We'll see what happens. All right, just wanted to share that. All right, and let's remove this, minimize that. Okay, so there's SPY on the 10-minute. All right, let's go back and hit some daily charts. And first daily chart, let's take a look at, well, QQQ and FNGU. Here's QQQ. All right, QQQ doing a lower high, lower low, closing under bearish trap under the 17 EMA. Still in an uptrend, hasn't broken this low right here. So still in an uptrend. All right, QQQ, let's take a look at FNGU, kind of the same thing, really. Lower high, lower low, closing under the bearish trap under the 17 EMA, okay? FNGU hasn't broken this low right here, so still in an uptrend. Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow, if you remember earlier, new all-time high for Diamond Dow. Higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap over the 17 EMA. IWM, same deal. All right, higher low, higher high. New 2-year high for IWM, closing over the bullish trap over the 17 EMA right there. Okay, a couple other things. GLD, we'll get to that new all-time high for GLD right there. All right, XLF, just pointing out some new all-time highs. XLF, new all-time high for the financial sector. You know, they should be making new all-time highs. The market's at all-time highs, and they have an insane amount of leverage that they can just buy, you know, securities with. So if they're not at new all-time highs, something's wrong with management. All right, so new all-time highs with XLF right there. All right, let's go back. Let's take a look at our technicals. First one we're going to look at, T2122. All right, now this measures all the stocks in the NYSE. All right, you can see for the most part, 90% of them, all right, we're up in the overbought zone up here, okay? Overbought zone. So this does not, remember the SPY is a weighted index. This is the NYSE. This is the majority of all the stocks not being weighted, okay? And you can see we spent the whole day again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days here in the overbought zone. Will we do it again? We'll see. So there's T2122 on the 15-minute chart. All right, let's take a look at T2123. Now, we shot out of here like a SpaceX rocket. Coming out from the bottom, we went through quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. We went all the way through the top of quadrant 4 because that was the top of quadrant 4 right there. And you can see T2123 made new all-time highs yesterday. Kind of strange, isn't it, with the SPY pulling back? But that's the index I chose to trade. Okay, so T2123, what a rip rocket ride, making new all-time highs yesterday. No signs of slowing down, I gotta say. I don't know how many more of these rip rocket days they got inside them. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, excuse me, 5. Wow. This might be the end unless they want to give us 6 and 7, because usually market moves in prime numbers. It's usually 3, 5, 7. Next one up is 11, all right? So maybe we get 7 if they want to continue on with 6 and 7. We'll see. T2123 just ripping to the upside there. All right, on the 3-bar chart, here's the 200 SMA. All right, now on the 15, notice we ripped through that. We got this thing curling back up. This was just a meltdown. This is like a 1.5 month meltdown on the 15-minute chart, and then finally a rip rocket ride up. Well, it took them long to get to build all that power, but here's T2123 3-bar chart. Okay, you can see here's price, the 200 SMA, and we ripped through that. We didn't even stop to have a cup of coffee. We just ripped all the way through it. What would I expect? I would expect price to pull back to this high right here. That would be minor support. Hopefully find minor support there. If it doesn't, it may come all the way back to the midpoint. If it gets below the midpoint of this rip from here to there, I'd say the next stop down would be the backside of this 200 SMA. I don't think we're coming back down there for a little while at least. We'll see what happens. There's T2123 3 bar. Again, new all-time highs today on T2123. FNGU started to make the second leg lower, all right? So we could have a trip. See, FNGU already made the trip right into the support area. Here's the second leg of the measured move lower. So we could bounce today up into the backside of the all-time high anchored VWAP on SPY, being since FNGU is nothing but the weighted stocks in the SPY and QQQ. All right, so there's a chance now that the measured move is complete that they bounce back into the into the ups, the backside of that all-time high anchored VWAP. By the way, let's go find that. Come back to our charts. Let's just drill down into SPY. Okay, so where would be all-time high anchored VWAP be so that we can see and pick it out as a target? Okay, so let's take the anchored VWAP. We're going to color it teal. We're going to put it at the all-time high right there. And you can see there's some pre-market action right into it right there. And I like to have it that color right there. You can see in the pre-market we're already there. So we'll see what happens today, and maybe they get on top of it. That would be a beautiful thing for price to get back on top of that. I just want to see what it looks like if I drag it out to here. It's a little bit higher than if I drag it out to here. So maybe we come back to 560. That would be a normal target, 560, the big fat whole round number. So let's put another one in and put one there. So we could be anywhere between these two. If we get up on top of 559, I would expect the next stop up to be roughly 560, 560.50. Right around there, between these two anchored VWAPs. Got to get it back on top of this one first. All right, enough about that. Let's go take a look at the energy sector. Start off with USO. Okay, USO in the flaky downtrend. Okay, I say it's flaky because they broke this low right here. Okay, and you can see they fought that off yesterday with higher low, higher high, closing over bullish cross over rising 17 EMA. USO fighting off the flaky downtrend. Okay, so there's USO. Let's take a look at UNG. UNG, nothing to be said here. How did those get in there? Yeah, those are just misplaced. There's nothing down there to attach those to. All right, UNG, all right, is making, it made yesterday. Where did that come from? New all-time lows right there yesterday for UNG. All right, so I don't know how low this thing is going to go. Remember, there was a time crude oil was like negative $20 or $30 a few years ago. I don't know if liquid natural gas or natural gas goes into the negative numbers. Anyways, the futures were. So we'll see what happens there. So there's UNG. All right, new all-time lows for UNG. All right, let's take a look at precious metals. Start off with silver. Silver in a bull flag right here. And when I say bull flag, I mean like right here. And you got over. There's your bull flag right there. That's a bull flag. The fabric's getting a little bit longer than the pole here, but we're in a bull flag right there. Yesterday's price action, all right? Lower high, lower low, closing under, bearish cross, under 17 EMA. Falling dollar, silver should not be falling. I hope those boys at JP Morgan Chase aren't messing with the dynamics of the silver market again. There's silver, okay? Let's take a look at gold. All right, here's gold. New all-time high. Nothing else to be said, right? Higher low, higher high, closing over bullish trap over the 17 EMA right there. Let's take a look at the sector. SMH in a downtrend, breaking that low right there. SMH, XLK. XLK not in a downtrend, still in an uptrend. Closing below the bearish trap underneath the 17 EMA. Dangerously close to starting a downtrend in XLK. Okay, let's take a look at IYT. All right, IYT. Is that yesterday's candle? Is that for real? I don't think that's right. Well, if it is, lower high, lower low, closing underneath bearish cross underneath the 17 EMA. I just got to drill down here just a second. Okay, so we got a lower low and a lower high closing, looks like over the bullish trap right up here over the 17 EMA. All right, so it's not, it didn't do that. At least I don't see it on the 10-minute chart. Okay, we kind of hung out up here. So there's IYT. So looks like IYT was an inside day. Lower high, higher low, closing inside that, probably just on top of that, probably inside the bullish trap over the 17 EMA. I'm not sure why. That always gives me some flaky data on that one. So I don't know why I got two. Let's put one up here. Let's put this one down here. Okay. There's IYT. That's a transports in an uptrend, finally. So we got transports in an uptrend, financials in an uptrend, small caps and mid caps in an uptrend. Guess who's not in an uptrend? Yeah. Well, FNGU is in an uptrend, but it's pulling back. All right. It just did its measured move lower. We could have a nice day today for the bulls. All right. Being since everything's in an uptrend on IYT, small caps. But the only drawback is they're almost at the point of zero gravity up there. Okay. Let's just look at just a few of them. Diamond Dow. Okay, where this is where the ball, is at zero gravity and it's just about to roll over and come back down. All right, so we'll see what happens. There's Diamond Dow. It's almost at zero gravity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Today could be the 7th day. We'll see what happens. And then IWM. See, it's at that doji candle, zero gravity point right there. All right. So if FNGU wants to bounce after that measured move, that would be nice. Off the minor support, we could get another lift higher. We'll see. There's IWM. All right. And I already did precious metals. We just went through the sectors. Everything's looking good except for FNGU. All right, let's take a look at the economic calendar. All right, and light day today. This whole week's been light. Jobless claims at 8:30. Philly Fed manufacturing 8:30. Leading indicators 10. Natural gas report 10:30. Like every Thursday. Couple of Fed speakers, but none of them are Mr. Powell. Tomorrow, couple of Fed speakers and a rig count. Okay, but none of them are Mr. Powell. So really light week for the bulls if they want to bounce it and rip it back up to those highs. All right, I'm just saying the coast is clear, the sky is blue if they want to take off. All right, so there's the economic calendar there. All right, let's take a look at Max Payne for today. This is for the options that expire today. Okay, Max Payne is 558. Well, I think we're right about there now. Put to call ratio is less than one put for every call. All right. Haven't seen that in a long time. Okay. And calendar For today, we've got Taiwan Semiconductors, Netflix, and Intuitive Surgical all going to report this evening. Taiwan Semiconductors, almost $1 trillion. Netflix, 262 is at 82 or 62. $282 billion. They're going to report tonight as well. Intuitive Surgical, 155 billion. All right, and then we got this morning, we're going to have Novartis, 225 billion, and Abbott Labs, 179 billion. So I guess the medical or healthcare sector, this would impact those right there. All right, Taiwan Semi is definitely going to impact probably the technology sector and the semiconductors right there. For tomorrow, American Express, 175 billion. They're going to report in the morning. Schlumberger also in the morning, and then that's it. Monday, SAP, 237 billion. Verizon, 171 billion, and Rainier is still compiling its P&L. And another semiconductor right there. Truist Financials. Again, some familiar names. Brown & Brown, Nucor. All right. But, nothing that's really going to move the market. Not like big tech does. All right. All right. Let's take a look at U.S. dollar index. All right. Here we are in a downtrend. Closing the day right here, 103.60 area, 103.70, 65 area. Get a little bounce today. I like to see it bear flag down here underneath this consolidation right there. Let me box it in. Okay, I'd like to see it consolidate in a box down here underneath this right there. Okay, that's what I'd like to see. All right, if they get back up into this, there's a chance I'm just going to say there's a chance they consolidate some more and then break down, or they could go either up or down. Of course, it only gets only two directions. They can go, it's pretty much left, right, up or down or sideways, but I would like to see it consolidate underneath this consolidation. That would be a nice bearish sign for me. That's what I'm looking for, and I think the bulls would find that inspiring if they saw that happen. I'm sure they love this. All right, you can see 5 days of lift right there with these 5 days dropping down there, breaking below the minor support right there, and now crashing through major support right here. That is a really good sign for the bulls. So we'll see what happens. All right. Good morning, B12. All right. So I will take questions in the room. All right. And if not, I'm going to render my video. I think I covered everything this morning. Again, clear skies for the bulls if they want to take off on a SpaceX rocket. We'll see what happens.